Moon and stars they wept, the morning sun was dead, the Savior of the world was fallen. His body on the cross, his blood poured out for us, the weight of every curse upon him. Final breath he gave as heaven looked away. The Son of God was laid in darkness. A battle in the grave, the war on death was waged. The power of hell forever broken. The ground began to shake, the stone was rolled away. His perfect love could not be overcome. Now death, where is your sting? Our resurrected King has landed you defeated. Forever he is glorified. Forever he is lifted high. Forever he is risen. He is alive. He is alive. The ground began to shake, the stone was rolled away. His perfect love cannot be overcome. Now death, where is your sting? Our resurrected King has rendered you defeated. Forever he is glorified. Forever he is lifted high. Forever he is risen. He is alive. He is alive. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. The Lamb is overcome. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. The Lamb is overcome. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. The Lamb is overcome. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. The Lamb is overcome. Forever he is glorified. Forever he is lifted high. Forever he is risen. He is alive. He is alive.
We have arrived to Friday. Jesus is arrested. Jesus is mocked. Jesus is tortured. The Savior of the world is hung on a cross to die. A small crowd has gathered to be there for Jesus, to cry alongside Jesus, and to support him to the very end. Luke tells us what happens in those final moments. It says, "It was now about the 6th hour, and darkness came over all the land until the 9th hour. The sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was torn down the middle. Then Jesus called out in a loud voice, 'Father, into your hands I commit my spirit.' And when he said this, he breathed his last breath." This doesn't make sense. This can't be true. Jesus can't be gone. God can't die. How can the creator of life have his own life taken from him? How can the God who breathed life into the lungs of Adam at the beginning of time struggle for oxygen in these final moments? How can the God who has done no wrong be crucified in between two criminals? How can a God full of infinite power be perceived as powerless? When God was creating the world, creating the sea, creating the animals, creating the sky, and forming the mountains, when he created Calvary, or as other people called it, the place of the skull, did he know that that would be the place that he would eventually die? Luke goes on to say that after Jesus died, the people left Calvary, beating their chest, crying out in mourning for their fallen God. What we would refer to as Good Friday thousands of years later did not look good. There seemed to be no goodness in this moment. There was only death, only destruction, and only hopelessness. The disciples, Jesus' closest followers, they scattered. They did not know what lied ahead for them. They had just lost their leader, their friend, the person they truly believed to be God in the flesh. Would they be hunted down and killed as well? Would they suffer the same fate that Jesus suffered? If you would have called this day Good Friday to them on that fateful day, they would have laughed. Maybe they would have even condemned you. There is nothing good that happened today, they would have told you. But you see, Good Friday is only good because that is not where the story ends. Good Friday is not the end of an era. It is not the end of a movement. It is not the end of a story. It is only the beginning. Our circumstances may seem bleak. Our situation may feel dire. But Good Friday is only good because Sunday is just around the corner. Good Friday is only good because it is not the end. You might be looking at your life right now with questions of where is God's goodness? You might be asking the same question that the disciples were asking themselves on that day long ago. It might seem like all hope is lost, but that could not be further from the truth.